Welcome everyone. It's time for a right royal quiz. So if you like the royal family or you've got an interest in social history, then this particular quiz may be of interest to you. My name's Libby Service and I also have an interest in social history. So I hope you get something out of this session. And even if you don't like quizzes, perhaps it'll be a bit of a conversation starter about memories from the past. Well, we're going to have a mixture of a bit of discussion and also some pictures. So I hope these help you along the way. First of all, we've got a picture. So have a look at this couple. Who can you see featured in this black and white photograph? And what do you remember about them? Well done if you said Princess Elizabeth and Prince Philip. In fact, Prince Philip was originally from Greece. This photograph was taken as the announcement of their engagement was made and they were to be married in November 1947, with Princess Elizabeth being a few years younger than Prince Philip. She had been born in 1926 and was just in her early 20s at the time of their marriage. In fact, she was 21, that's all. And they made a very handsome couple. I wonder if you remember their wedding in 1947, or perhaps members of your family have talked about it in the past. Well done if you said Prince Philip and Princess Elizabeth. Of course, 1947, when Prince Philip and Elizabeth married, the Queen wasn't the Queen at that time. She was still a princess, and they were to enjoy a few years of marital bliss as a young couple. In 1948, Elizabeth would give birth to their first son, Charles, who is now Prince Charles, and of course in 1950 to their only daughter, Anne. Sadly, in 1952, just as the young couple were embarking on their tour of Kenya, George VI, Princess Elizabeth's father, was known to be quite seriously ill. But they didn't know just how seriously ill he was. And it's whilst they were in Kenya that they discovered that he had died, and Prince Philip had to break the news to his beloved new wife. They cut their tour of Kenya short and came back to greet the nation. And it was a time of mourning. What special occasion took place in 1953? What special occasion do you think took place in 1953? Well done if you said our Queen's coronation. It was the 2nd of June 1953 when our young Queen Elizabeth's coronation took place in front of the British nation and the whole wide world. I wonder if you were someone that managed to watch it on television. Perhaps you went round to a neighbour's house, or perhaps you had a new television just for that occasion. Of course, television wasn't widely available until around about that time it started to become something that some families had. But even then, not every family had a television at home. Perhaps if you weren't young enough to have seen the coronation, or like me, you weren't around then, maybe your family have talked about it or you've seen pictures in books. It's time for another photograph this time. Let's see what this one is all about. Here's a picture of the royal family taken in the 1960s. I wonder how many of the Queen's children you can name from this picture. The picture you can see was taken in the 1960s. I wonder how many of the Queen's children in the picture can you name? Well done if you said Prince Charles at the back with the cream shirt and arms folded, Princess Anne wearing her hair long and wearing a yellow blouse, Prince Andrew as a young man at the back wearing the green shirt, and little Prince Edward at the front wearing his red shirt. So the Queen and Prince Philip have 4 children, don't they? 4 children, of course, now all very much adults with children and grandchildren of their own. I wonder when the Queen had her silver jubilee. I wonder what year that was in. Let's see if you remember. Was it 1957, 1977 or 1997? The Queen's Silver Jubilee. What year was that? 1957, 1977 or 1997? Well done if you said 1977. Of course, the Silver Jubilee is 25 years of being Queen or King, depending on who the monarch happens to be. So 25 years from the time when the Queen actually was doing her queenly duties fell in 1977. So well done if you got the answer right. I do remember the Queen's Silver Jubilee. I hope you're able to as well. We certainly had fun and games and street parties. There were definitely flared trousers and scarves around that time that were coloured with red, white and blue. There were tea parties around and most people had a television to watch the Silver Jubilee on back at home. And it was a reasonably nice day. I think I might be right in saying that the coronation day was quite wet. I wonder if you remember that. If you don't, your parents or your family might have told you about it, but apparently it didn't ruin that special occasion of the coronation. The Queen's Silver Jubilee, on the other hand, in June 1977 was, well, rather beautiful weather, much better for most people, allowing proper street parties to take place in the sunshine. And there were fancy dress competitions, games for the children and special parties at school. Right, it's time for another photograph, everyone. I wonder who is sitting next to Prince Philip in this photograph. Who's sitting next to Prince Philip in this photograph? It's a good disguise, Princess Anne, but we know it's you. That's right, well done if you got the Princess Royal in this picture. And of course, the Princess Royal, Princess Anne, is the second child of the Queen and Prince Philip. So we were saying that the Prince Philip and our Queen have 4 children. Prince Charles was born in 1948, Princess Anne was born in 1950, and then she had 2 other children. What were their names and which year were they born in? The Queen and Prince Philip had their 2 youngest children in the 60s. What were their names and what years were they born in? Well done if you got them right. Prince Andrew was born in 1960 and Prince Edward was born in 1964. It's time for another photo round this time. This time we've got a more recent picture. Let's see if you know who this is. Who's the famous member of the royal family making a phone call? Who's the famous member of the royal family making a phone call? Well done if you said Prince William. I'm afraid it's not Prince Harry in this one. Prince William is the correct answer. After Prince Charles, he's next in line to the British throne. Well done if you got that right. Prince William was the answer to that one. Now that gives us a little hint as to our next question, everyone. How many sons does Prince Charles have? How many sons does Prince Charles have? Well done if you said 2. His 2 sons are Prince William and Prince Harry. Right, we've got another picture next, everyone. Let's see if you know the answer to this one. In the photograph I'm going to show you, there is a picture of a famous president, a famous recent president of the United States and his wife, pictured with Her Royal Highness the Queen and Prince Philip. Can you name the president and his wife in this photograph? Here we have a picture of Her Royal Highness the Queen and also Prince Philip. And in the middle we have a famous president and his wife. What are the names of this famous president and his first lady? Well done if you said Barack Obama and Michelle Obama. Excellent, well done. Okay, so we're going to have something else this time, everyone. Another royal question. another royal question. Can you name the royal king who abdicated? Can you name the royal king who abdicated? Well done if you said Edward VIII. That's the right answer. He married Mrs. Wallis Simpson and they went to live in France until the rest of their lives. I'm going to show you another photograph next. Let's see if you know who it is. Which one of the Queen and Prince Philip's children is pictured here with Prince Philip wearing naval uniform? Can you name the royal prince wearing naval uniform who is talking to Prince Philip in this picture? It's one of the sons of Prince Philip and Her Royal Highness the Queen. Is it Prince Charles, Prince Andrew, or Prince Edward? Which of Her Royal Highness the Queen and Prince Philip's sons is pictured here with Prince Philip? They're both wearing a naval uniform. I'm going to give you a clue when I say that this particular son, this particular prince, fought in the Falklands crisis. Well done if you said Prince Andrew. Well done if you said Prince Andrew. So everyone, we are having a right royal quiz this afternoon, or if you prefer it, a bit of a royal natter and discussion. My name's Libby Service and often I'll either bring quizzes along, exercise groups or music groups to the particular place where you might be staying. If I haven't visited you yet because of lockdown, don't worry, because there are still activities that you can have a go at on YouTube through your gadgets or your computer or your television set. Today's quiz is a right royal occasion and we have pictures and facts and trivia all about the royal family going back through the years right up to present day. We're going back in time this time for this particular picture. I wonder if you can name the two ladies standing with King George VI. Can you name the two ladies standing with King George VI in this photograph? The picture was taken in 1947. Well done if you said Princess Margaret and Elizabeth the Queen Mother. It's Princess Margaret and Elizabeth the Queen Mother, who are pictured here with King George VI. And of course, he was king when our Princess Elizabeth married Prince Philip of Greece in 1947. It was a happy occasion, of course, and brought much joy after the strains of World War II. I wonder how much you remember about the late 1940s. And if you weren't around, if you've seen any pictures of things that happened around that time. Rationing was still very much about, and it was very much about until 1954 when finally it ended. The Queen, apparently as Princess Elizabeth, had coupons to buy the different components of her wedding dress and gave due attention to the fact that some people were having to make many sacrifices, and therefore they made adjustments of their own to their wedding arrangements during a time of austerity. Let's have another photograph. I wonder what's coming next. Let's find out. We've got a modern picture next, everyone. A modern picture. Here we go. Let's find out what it is. Who is pictured in this photograph, and what was the famous occasion? Who is pictured in this photograph, and what is the famous occasion? If you've just joined us, we're having a Right Royal quiz, and we have a picture of famous members of the royal family. Can you name them, and what was the special occasion? Well done if you said Prince William and his royal wife Catherine. And here is one of the first pictures of their baby son George, who is their first son, their first child. This was a picture of the family on George's christening day. That's Prince William and Catherine, his beautiful royal wife, and their eldest son George, Prince George, on his christening day. Well done if you got that right. Royal Places is next, everyone. Royal Places is next. Many of you will probably have heard of Buckingham Palace, or perhaps Windsor Castle, Osborne House, or even Balmoral in Scotland. I'm going to show you a picture, and I'm going to find out where you think this picture was taken. Do you think it was taken in Balmoral, Buckingham Palace, or at Windsor? Do you think this picture was taken at Balmoral, Buckingham Palace, or Windsor? Well done if you said it is taken at Windsor or Windsor Castle. It is in fact St George's Chapel. St George's Chapel, taken at Windsor Castle. Well done if you got that right. In the last photograph I showed you, I deliberately didn't give you William's wife Catherine's official title. Here is a picture of her. What is her official title? What is Catherine's official title? Here's a picture of William's wife, Catherine. And last time I showed you this photograph, I didn't tell you what her official royal title was. Do you know what it is? That's right, she's Catherine, Duchess of Cambridge. Catherine, Duchess of Cambridge. And there she is again, pictured with Prince George, their first child, on his christening day. Well, I guess some of you will be fans of the royal family, and if you haven't seen them much on the television lately, do have a look when you see another programme made about the royal family, whether it's a documentary or something in our news bulletins. Let's have another photograph now, everyone. Let's see if you know who this is. This is quite an old photograph, going back a good number of years. Let's see if you know which member of the family, which member of the royal family this happens to be. I'm going to give you a clue and tell you that the person who it is taken of is known to have originally come from Greece, and he's wearing the Greek national dress. Which member of the royal family is pictured in this photograph? And the picture was taken around about 1930. The picture was taken in Greece and the young man is wearing Greek national dress. Which member of the family, the royal family, do you think it happens to be? It's an interesting picture, isn't it? And of course, it's in black and white. Well done if you said Prince Philip. It's not Prince Charles. You might think it was, but in fact, the picture is dated before Prince Charles was born. And of course, the link is Greece, because he was Prince Philip of Greece. Well done if you got that one right. Okay, we're back to modern times this time, everyone. And we talked about sons of Prince Charles. Sons of Prince Charles. Here's one of them in this picture, taken a few years ago before he got married. I wonder which son of Prince Charles and Princess Diana is pictured here. Can you name the royal prince? He's one of the sons of Prince Charles and Princess Diana, and this photograph was taken some years ago. What is his name? I'm afraid we wouldn't score any points for saying it was Prince William. In fact, it is Prince Harry, his younger brother. Well done if you got that right. Prince Harry is the youngest son of Prince Charles and Princess Diana. Well done if you got that right. I wonder if you know who Prince Charles's wife is. What's her name? Can you remember? Prince Charles's present wife. What's her name? And do you know her official title? Can you name Prince Charles's wife? And what is her official title? Well done if you said Camilla. And Camilla's official title is Camilla, Duchess of Cornwall. Camilla, Duchess of Cornwall. Well done if you got that one right. And if you've got all of our discussion questions right so far, very well done. And as they used to say when we were at school, I think you've got to go to the top of the class and sharpen the pencils. I think probably some of us remember that saying. If you don't remember, and it's been down to your family to tell you all about the royal family in the past, please don't worry. There's more questions and discussion to come. Let's find out which of these things you know. Best of luck. Grandchildren. I wonder how many of us have grandchildren, nieces and nephews. I know I don't have any grandchildren, but I'm very lucky to have some nieces and nephews to keep me very happy and entertained. The Queen and Prince Philip, of course, have many grandchildren and some great-grandchildren. Here's a picture of some of their grandchildren. Let's see how many of them you know. Her Royal Highness the Queen and her husband Prince Philip with their grandchildren, some of their grandchildren. I wonder which of these young people you can name. Well done if you got the following answers right. So with the Queen and Prince Philip, we have at the back Peter Phillips, who is the eldest child, he's the eldest son of Princess Anne and Captain Mark Phillips. And next to him on this side, that's Zara Phillips, who is Peter Phillips's sister. And then we have Prince William, son of Prince Charles and Princess Diana,